And we're back with another Counterculture Inc. live Thursday nights. We're doing something different. We're going to talk what's counterculture, what's not. In the second hour, I feel like I can bring everybody on again, or we can do the Discord thing. We'll kind of decide that on the fly. First off, sponsors. Crave. Go to trycrave.com. Use promo code CC15. Save 15% on the creatine. 30% more muscle mass, 30% more strength, better cognitive function. You need creatine. Obviously, we used to take creatine back in the day in the powdered form, but now everybody goes to gummies. But Crave actually proves their tests that there's creatine in their gummies. I think they're the only ones to do that, and they call out other companies that don't. So go to trycrave.com. Use promo code CC15, save 15%, and Goon Tape. Go to goontape.com and use promo code counterculture15, save 15% on your Goon Tape. We use Goon Tape from everything from hockey sticks to workout equipment and, of course, firearms. They work better when wetter. They have some moisture activated compound that they use. So you actually get great grip when it's wet, when you're sweating, when it's raining. So go to goontape.com and use promo code counterculture15, save 15%. Let's get into it. If you guys like the question format, I was a fan of that too. So I didn't brief anybody ahead of time, but if you got questions, it rolls a lot easier. I can keep engaged with the crowd. Obviously, you guys talk to each other more. There we go. Now I can monitor that dollar menu grip. But yeah, we'll talk a couple topics that I have. Let's talk cops. I think firefighters are good in this area. I don't think they were really impacted. But let's talk popularity of cops in just culture. Cops used to be, and I say this because our broadcast with me and Mike, the anti-era broadcast, as you guys know, is obviously life. We can't help it through the eyes of cops. We really do try to keep it not cop oriented all the time. A lot of our expertise and our life experiences are through cops, but I think we forget that life in society is really interested in like what cops do, to the point where they started a show in the 80s called Cops. Primetime Fox, Saturday nights, 8 p.m. This, I mean, essentially broke into On Patrol or whatever it is. But people in general are just curious. I was before I was a cop. Everybody's curious about what goes on with cops and the citizens who request our assistance. And I think that 110%, the thing we fight back on most, which is our culture, veterans is also our culture, is the special forces stuff. And I know you guys say I harp on this way too much. Well, you probably think it, but not a lot of you say it. But they have become what everybody's obsessed with. Now, cops in general are not going to support other cops because it's not that interesting. Maybe how like special forces dudes don't really think like, oh my God, special forces dudes, because they did it. It's not interested to them. Just like any profession, it's not interesting to you if you do it. Like watching shows about it, like TV shows or anything like that. It's not that interesting because it's what you do. So you look elsewhere. But so cops obviously have probably never supported cops, but it was interesting to people, to society for a very, very long time. And then the war on terror happened. And I think society kind of curved to being more interested in special forces stuff throughout the last 2 decades. And then, cops got weak. And I don't mean the people necessarily, but I'm talking like the culture got weak. So, the dudes that were out there chasing down bad guys and spearing them and tackling them on camera and getting into shootouts. That's not really the culture anymore. It's dancing, it's humanizing, and that to people is like, oh, that's cool, but it's not interesting, like at all. So I believe in my heart of hearts that um yeah, it's shifted to the special forces community being interest of society. And I don't know. And I say cops because that's what I was, that's what I did, and that's what I know. I don't think they'll ever recover from that. Um, then sometimes when I'm like, man, are we covering too much cop stuff or like our perspectives on it or anything like that? And I have to tell myself that shit's interesting to people. Like it's just an interesting job. The not so much the people doing it, but the job. Like if we watch Cops, the only one I can remember is Jerry Worms because he's Jerry Worms and he was the first one. But I couldn't tell you one guy's name on that show, but I can tell you every one I saw, I remembered like crazy. So it's like the stories are interesting, not necessarily the people. So if you guys want to give any feedback on that, if you agree, if you don't, um, then I'm reading comments now. Heather says, so if I may chime in, regular people like, for instance, me and my friends and everyday people will watch body cam breakdowns or just even footage of body cams for hours and they get 100K views. It's true. They're not watching because it's Tom Smith, the cop. They're watching because it's cop stuff. So everybody watches body cam. So what I was another thing I wanted to point out is what is, like I always say, what is counterculture? So you all right? What are you saying oh my gosh for? I'm thirsty. Trying to suck up to people of higher caliber than you when you're in the entertainment industry. And I say this because Tim Kennedy did his podcast with his first podcast, and I don't think he's done one since, with Brian Callen, a comedian, funny dude. He's got his own shows. He's been in a lot of movies. He's friends with Joe Rogan and all them. A lot of people are like, I respect Brian Callen for doing it, and they're all still attacking Tim Kennedy. Well, Brian Callen's kind of a joke too. And Eli, can you pull up Instagram and get that ready? Because people say dumb shit. Go to the messages. There you go. And have that one chambered, ready to rock. But you'll see on some podcasts where they're like, and it's not just this Brian Callen thing. I'm going to use him as an example because I'm about to talk about him. But I mean, they'll do anybody that's bigger than them. They'll kind of like suck up to them on camera. Like they'll praise them unwarrantedly or unnecessarily. And I can promise you, counterculture, any network, any show on the network is not going to do that. I know these guys. I can tell you, Anti-Hero Broadcast is never going to suck up to anybody bigger than us in hopes that they toss us a bone, right? That's not very counterculture. To sit there and identify yourself in the pecking order. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take away from people's experience. If somebody's been doing this for 15 years, they deserve way more than I do. They deserve way more than any of us do. But to praise them unnecessarily and unwarranted. Eli? I shared my screen. Okay. Well, make sure it's ready to go from the beginning. There you go. Now click it and then pause it real fast. There you go. Perfect. But praising people unnecessarily is just, it's kind of like the cool kid in high school. There's the pecking order, I want to be popular. I want to be popular. This guy will make me popular. And like I said, Anti-Hero is never going to do that. None of the counterculture shows are ever going to do that. And I feel like we're appealing to people because we don't do that. And we make it very known that we are for the boys and our guests are the 99. Not the 99 like our 99, like our supporters, but just the 99% of every dude. It's like, I don't know, man. No one's ever asked me to come on a podcast. That being said, it might be beneficial to screen these people from time to time, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes people come on and totally botch it, and they have like a mini panic attack live, and you don't really know what to do. You can't look at your co-host because he's going to make you laugh. Your co-host knows not to look at you because he's going to laugh. So that's the risk when you have people on that don't have a lot of experience. But yeah. So what I want to do is I want to play a clip of Brian Callen making some points. Go ahead, Eli. Share that screen.
Like the Jews, you're not allowed to use their inventions. You want to go through it? The pill. You like raw dogging or you like condoms? Because a Jewish doctor invented the pill. You know the MRI machine? You go in there, you got a little lump, they don't know what it is, you tore something, invented by a Jew. How about Hollywood, invented by 4 Polish Jewish refugees? Half the white volunteers during the civil rights movement were Jews. The lawyers that drew up all that legislation, Jews. Fake tits. That procedure was invented by a Jewish doctor. The songs that us Christians love to listen to on Christmas, like Silver Bells, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The top 20 songs all us Christians play during Christmas were written by, say it with me, Jews. We can just keep on going. If you don't like the Jews, you're not allowed to use their inventions.
Stop it. Make me big. No, you can get rid of it. So, but that's Brian Callen talking about if you don't like Jews, then you can't like any of these things that they made. Most of that shit was, I wouldn't brag about making contraceptives to have premarital free sex. I wouldn't brag about starting Hollywood. The Christmas songs thing is kind of weird. I don't get that one, but it makes sense. But yeah, so let's talk about, if we want to say, oh shit, I just unplugged my headset. Hold on. Did I unplug the mic? No, I can't. Then it's my headset. Hold on. Check one. Oh, wait. All right, I'm back. All right, so if Brian Callen wants to say we judge people by the inventions, then let's talk about inventions. If you like the inventions of the Jews, then you have to like the Jews. If you use inventions made by Jews, then you have to like the Jews. Let's talk about inventions from Nazi Germany, right? Anechoic tile, used on the outer hulls of military ships and submarines. Anechoic tiles are rubber and synthetic polymer tiles designed to absorb and distort sonar sounds waves and dampen noise to avoid detection. Anti-ship missiles, first developed in Nazi Germany during World War II. The effectiveness of anti-ship missiles against Allied vessels in 1943 through 44 prompted other countries to develop their own. Acoustic torpedoes. The first acoustic torpedoes were developed for Nazi Germany's Navy in 1943. The helicopter. The invention of the helicopter cannot wholly be credited to Nazi Germany, as the development of the, I can't even say this German word, FA-61 in 1937 followed on decades of theory and experimentation in the helicopter design. Nevertheless, the German helicopter was the world's first practical helicopter, and it naturally influenced design of helicopters to come. Jerry cans used to hold water. Many would not give a thought to the origins of the regular assuming object like the jerry can, a steel container used to today both military purposes and everyday life to hold liquids such as fuel and water. This was not a really good one. Sarin. Even Hitler was hesitant to use the deadly nerve agent sarin, developed by Nazi scientists while they were actually searching for a cheaper pesticide to use against weevils. Meth. Yeah. If you use meth, then you need to thank Nazi Germany. Fanta, soda. Though not strictly speaking Nazi invention, Fanta was developed in Germany during the Second World War as a result of the American trade embargo in 1941. Jägermeister was developed in Germany in 1933 by Kurt and Wilhelm Mass, sons of the German vinegar manufacturer Wilhelm Mass. So that being said, I would say the helicopter, if you ever use a helicopter or the military in general with the acoustic torpedo, the anti-ship missiles, the anechoic tile, we can't speak bad about Nazi Germany. I don't know. I thought that was a little fun tidbit to talk about. So let's see. Let's go to the comments. Yeah, why don't you use the mic, Eli? Why don't you use the mic, Eli?
I don't talk that much.
Christmas songs were written by them to make it about other things than Jesus. Okay. All right. I like that. I got to turn on all comments so I can see all of them. No, nobody likes Jaeger. Also, the other things he named porn, sexual procedures, and abortion chemicals, all things deteriorate society. I mean, yeah, I don't think the medical procedures one is, but definitely porn, Hollywood, contraceptives in general is a very how would you say that, controversial topic because everybody wants to live selfish and be free. So it's very commonly used. Even birth control, dude. I think that is bad. So oh yeah. So one thing about Anti-Hero is that we try to entertain, but we also are able to bring awareness to everything. So if I'm cutting a clip, right, doing a bit, and I say something like service dogs, we're going to talk about this tomorrow on the Anti-Hero broadcast, but when you say something about service dogs and the vets that fake it to need service dogs, all the controversy that spun actually gave service dog companies something to run with. And so that kind of puts it out in the spotlight for other people. And of course, ours is a cynical view. But, you know, no, Heather, I said sexual procedures as in he was talking about fake tits, Heather. That's what I was talking about. That's why I didn't want you to be like, are you talking about my fake tits? No, that's what I was talking about on a live show. So relax. No. So Brian Callen said fake tits on his thing. This guy in the comments said sexual procedures. So yeah, anyways, so tomorrow's show, we're going to address some fucking service dog company that Eli, can you go grab me a beer? And then turn the thermostat down to 72 because it's hot as shit in here.
It's cold.
I'm trying to get the girls to go live. They obviously, the girls in Unfiltered and Unfazed cut pre-recorded episodes, but I was producing for them today, and I was like, I think the girls should have a live show. I want to know if you guys would support that and show up. I feel like in order to gain a good following on a show, you have to have some type of community. And Tessa brought up a point when we were all talking about it. And she's like, podcasts are kind of like, I've said it too. Podcasts are on their way out. There's too fucking many of them. Nobody wants to put in the work to go live. I think people are nervous in general. Thank you, kind sir, about going live. With not rightfully so. That's okay. Going live is definitely something that is can be nerve-wracking, I guess. But podcasts are definitely on their way out because there's just so fucking many of them. And I pitched them possibly doing a live instead of their usual pre-recorded shows in order for them to be able to start building a community. Because right now they have the support from obviously counterculture degenerates, but I'm trying to get them a solid female following, the best that counterculture can offer. So not saying they can't get their own females, but us being a network, I want to try to be able to get them engaged and build them a community of like-minded women. So no, John Hancock, we cannot. I know a lot of you guys would show up. You guys showed up for Anthony's show. Anthony did his first show last night on the Counterculture Network called Counterculture Health and Fitness. And he, and this is what I say, the benefit of being on a network is that he had 10 people watching live that I don't know if he would have had on his own. I don't know if he's got a YouTube channel. I don't know. But it's kind of like I talked about this before. People will see it. If people are coming to us and saying, can I have a show on your network? It says something that we're all building something pretty good. But what I don't want is people not engaging with the counterculture supporters. So this idea, and there's people out there, I'm not going to name names now, but there's people out there that are part of the network that don't watch any of the shows or support any of the shows. They have a mindset of, if I'm not on the show, I'm not watching. I'm not going to tolerate that for very long. And I'll make it known so no one's going to get blindsided, but I'm not going to tolerate hosts hosting a show but not supporting other shows. And I get it. You can't watch every show. I understand. There's 10 shows on the fucking network on counterculture. That's not even counting anti-hero. There's 10 shows on the network. So we can't watch them all. But I make it a point to try and watch as many as I can for as long as I can. And I run the fucking company. So hosts, I'm telling you right now, there ain't no host on counterculture that brings so much to the table that we have to go, hey man, he gets what he wants. Nobody brings that, not even myself. So I'm not going to tolerate any type of people with like some big dog mentality, especially if they don't engage with the people that watch their show, if they don't engage with other shows. But that's going to take a long time for me to start really solidly identifying these people, and then me giving warnings, and then me, I don't want to say embarrassing people, but I'll start naming names when I need to. You guys all do a really good job of supporting the network, supporting all the shows, the hosts support the shows. So yeah, if it's on the network, at least we could do is drop one comment or at least one like. All you have to do is watch a show for 30 seconds and it counts as a view. All you have to do is, go to your friends that might be in that niche and go, dude, my friends run this really badass show. And I think you should check it out. If you're into guns, I think you should check it out. If you're into politics, I think you should check this out. If you're into sports, check this out. If you're into I wasn't say if you're into chicks, but if you know any females that really identify with the counterculture-esque Christian, no bullshit stuff that Unfiltered and Unfazed does, send them to, send some females their way. I mean, and there's more than one, dude. There's more than one host on this network that I've noticed. Their mindset is if I'm not on the show, I'm not watching. And I'm watching. So, because this is like I said, I've said it before, I came from the playing in bands when I was in high school. And bands, when you're an up and coming band, you have to support each other. You have to get each other on shows. You have to go. I mean, there's been times when you play shows and there's no one there, and the other bands literally go in the crowd to give it a crowd. There's been sad times. I've played them shows where the promoter did not do their job, and there's like 8 people there, and they all want to stand on the outskirts. So all the bands act as the audience. That's how you get through things until you build it up and you're successful. Tons of famous bands have done that. They've played shows with nobody in there, and they had to rely on each other to get through it. And that's what this network is. And like I said, man, there's no fucking rock stars here. I can tell you that. So, any good comments? I want a Ryan show. That's going to be William Duggan said that. Also, Murph said that. Texted me earlier. I was producing, so I couldn't reply. But I saw it. That is something that will be an OG Council meeting as soon as I possibly can to do it for on the app. Canine Dom Ryan show. A Canine Dominic and Ryan show would be fire. What's Canine have to do with them?
Probably because it doesn't really like them.
Joe Ring's back in the fold. Mark Fire. Any riots going on in Wisconsin? Not that I know of. I know that Mike sent me something developing over there in Madison, Wisconsin, but he said it's for a topic for tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to look at it. But yeah, I mean the network, I can kind of go in. I've been getting with the hosts lately. We're trying to. I guess I can let everybody in on the host meeting we had last week. Was it this week? Maybe it was earlier this week. We're trying to get the hosts of the shows to go out and really bring their following, their own following. So when I say that, like if we're all in a tribe and everybody just sits in the same room, we're going to starve, right? People got to go out and get stuff to bring back so we can defend ourselves, so we can eat, so we can barter, right? So every host of every show now has like a mission. Even though I knew they were going to do it, we talked about going out in your own way, and becoming a personality for your own show. And I was like, the network will organically work itself out. right? If you can bring in one person a month for your show, right? One person. If you can get you do, and these guys are all about it. And I'm not saying anybody gave me any pushback, but I mean, if you can one person a month, you run 4 shows a week. If you can bring in one person a month, that's 10 shows. That's 10 people a month coming to the network to watch a show. Then the other shows can do what they're supposed to do, collaborate, right? And then people go, oh, out of these 10 shows, I came for this show and I like these other 3. I hate that asshole. I hate him and I hate him. But I'm going to watch their shows because I hate him so much. That's how the network would work in theory. But we all agreed that all the hosts need to go out, myself included, because I noticed that, like I said this last time, Mike kind of like made me realize what he does on his own. He's got Copville. He's running for sheriff. Like the guy's bringing in people to our network that would be none the wiser to us. So I was like, I need to do that. So that's kind of why I kind of started taking over this Thursday night show as my own show. Gonna try to have maybe a guest or 2 on every now and again that is counterculture in their own aspects, but I'm not going to be like, I'm the host of Anti-Hero, so I'm just going to be me, pissing people off on the internet. But we talk like every single host, we talked about how they would do it. What's that say? Anti-Tyler broadcast? Yeah. Fuck you, Brady. Did we have a super chat?
Yeah, 6.
What do you say? Be cool if you used your mic, but I'll read it.
Working tonight, wanted to stop in and say what's up to the night.
What's up, 6? You working at night? You getting that off-duty gig? But yeah. So when you look at shows on the Counterculture Network, right? I don't know what I've expressed publicly and what I've expressed privately in meetings. I do so much talking onto a camera that I have no idea when I said what. So if I'm saying something that you guys already heard, please let me know. Like let's go through the shows. Counterculture Inc. Sports. They have 4 hosts. K9 being the main one who started it. And then I think he brought in Sipo as a co-host, and then he has Brother Red, and he has Rhino. Rhino? Yeah. There's 4 people on that show. I really believe that they could do a little bit more outreach to try and get viewers organically. That's my opinion. I think anybody that watches like a show with 4 hosts could also agree that, somebody's got to have some friends to bring into the fold. You got what? The shot timer live. We talked about it. I think Nick is really good at being okay with pissing people off on the internet. I actually think he kind of likes it a little bit. So, I think Nick would be a really good person to just go out there and just piss off the world, the gun community. Like all you fucking cuck gun people that worship Navy SEALs, for instance, are all gay and retarded and blah, blah, blah. G Money, I guess he's came back after a 2-month hiatus. And so I think G Money going out there and getting himself in the political sphere, getting on other shows. That was actually his suggestion, is getting on other shows, because we talked. And people's first thing was like, when we had this host meeting, a lot of people were like, well, we're trying to get guests on. We're trying to get guests on. We want it. I'm like, that's cool, man. For your show content, that is a whole nother argument. Right. I can kind of see that, but I'll get to it in a second. Yes, your show content, whole nother debate. That's another topic. I'm talking about organically reaching people on your own and not relying on the network. And so we were like, yo, that's cool that you have people on your show, but they might not necessarily help you grow and put you in front of their friends. So you need to get out there and get on shows. And then when you get on a show, you need to go 30 seconds out before you go live or record on that show. You need to tell yourself, this is my chance to pick up anybody that's watching the show that likes me. I need to be a fucking character. I need to be entertaining. So I think G Money getting out there and being on other shows would definitely help him in the political, like in that sphere of bringing people in. And who we got Wednesday? Who's on Wednesdays? That's Mike. He's good. Thursdays. Oh, and then Anthony, brand new show, right? I haven't even gotten to talk to him about all this stuff because he just came on last night, was his first show. But health and fitness, you got to start, collaborating with other health and fitness people and bringing in who you can organically. And then Thursdays is obviously me. I'm perfect and I don't need to change anything about me. Friday is open mic. Friday is also Guys on Ground with Peach. So Peach definitely has that punk rock heart where he's out there like, I'm in a band, putting out flyers, like like getting the word out. He's the first one to have his show up and ready, sometimes 2 days prior. Like it's scheduled. It was scheduled today for tomorrow night. So he's got flyers out online every single episode. So he takes it very seriously. I think Peach is doing a pretty good job. Caught a lucky break on those reels that he had that Peach had that folder full of old videos that I guess is probably pretty funny shit. And so he's been posting that to kind of get, and he boosted, we all know he boosted his Instagram by like fucking 10,000 people in a week. Pretty good stuff. I have a lot of, I'm very happy with Peach. So that's Friday. Saturday, gaming. Those guys are actually the ones that brought this idea to my attention because of what they planned on doing. Gaming, if you don't know, is Mr. Donut, Dylan from Cowboy Gaming, and Fumasa, I guess is what his thing is. And they all came up with a plan to go out there on their own and really work hard on gaining their own core followers so that they can bring their followers to their show when they do counterculture gaming. So they're actually going to be going and doing their own thing on their own platforms outside of counterculture to possibly try and grab new viewers and bring them to counterculture gaming. And then when they bring them to counterculture gaming, they will then essentially bring them to the network. And like I said, the network will do its thing. The network runs like it's supposed to be running now. And now we just need everybody to go out there and get some. And then Life Raft podcasts, I think they're on episode like maybe 5 or something like that. And Jay and Fu do a lot of behind the scenes work for the network. Production, everything like that. But Jake is raw talent. That dude was born to be on camera. He just has no idea yet. So I pitched it to Jake. I'm like, dude, you need to be an Instagram guy. You just need to fucking talk over videos or like incoming stitch or fucking green screen yourself over a video and just be Jake. And I guarantee you your numbers will skyrocket. So we had meetings with all those people. I'm going to try to go back to where the comment started. Nick said, "Is this live? Is this live or a repeat from last week?"
Last.
Notice how is Nick even set in here still? Notice how he didn't even notice I was talking about him because he came in late prior to your left. Tyler is dancing around the fact that he needs to just say share your stuff, share it, collab with other people, build platforms, DM all your friends, and text your friends and family links. That's true.
Oh, Nick says in.
Tyler wants us to also give reach arounds, get on other shows, collabs, relevant people they may accept. I have a big page, except one of our reels and gets likes and comments almost a year later. That's true. Any shows on Saturday afternoons? Nope. The only shows on Saturdays are Counterculture Gaming. Is this guy a little bit slow? Serious question. I'm a lot slow, bro. So if you aren't slower, better than the rest, you'll hate it here, but all are welcome. We're a little tardy. Dylan says network is a boost we're all appreciative of, but the network itself doesn't grow the channel. It's time to take it into our own hands, boys. I like that, dude. That was motivating. Honestly, this is great for Tyler to just talk about all the stuff going on. He's not holding on to everything by himself. It should be called Tyler Talk. Think those is Tyler Therapy.
This.
Slater's drunk already. Nick seems to think he's going to be the biggest star of the network. I love the motivation, dude. It's like that crippled kid that says he's going to run in the Olympics. Like, course you are, bud. Course you are. Or a black person saying they're going to go to outer space. Just kidding. Joe Riggs says, "Wow, Dylan Company, man." That meme of that kid that's like, "We got to do it, team," and they're like, "Shut up." But Dylan's right. The network. I used this example to the host when I talked to him. I said, we've got about Counterculture has about, I'd say, give or take 30 diehard people that support the shows for Counterculture, right? 30 is a good number. Polish all this beer. So 30 people, solid supporters, like are there on most of the lives, right? As we get more shows, the viewers are like a cookie jar. The supporters are like a cookie jar. And the more shows we get is more hands pulling out of the cookie jar. So people started noticing our live counts are going down. And I'm like, well, we have the same amount of strong supporters, but our shows are increasing. So that makes total mathematical sense. If we don't bring more people to this network, we are creating more work than we have the ability to do the job. So essentially, the more shows we bring on, the more spread out our viewers can't watch fucking YouTube 24 hours a day. So every show's got to be bringing in people to kind of create those supporters. And that was the extent of what we talked about. So I'm really happy. I'm really excited that our subscribers have gone up. That is due to the Peaches Clorox wipes on the Marine's butt thing. Did really well on YouTube as well. I think that brought in a lot of maybe some military people. Nick says, keep underestimating, you'll see. Well, so Nick, the first thing I'm going to talk about is branding. let's talk about branding. Your G Money or Nick, and you comment from Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast. Make sense if you still did a podcast called Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast. So I don't care whatever you call your YouTube handle, but if there was people, maybe half this chat at least knows 100% that you're Nick, your G Money. But what if there was people in here that love G Money but had no idea that was you? Right? So if we're going to be the best there ever was, has been, and ever will be, we need to make sure we're branding correctly, right? So you got guys on this network that have different names for every platform they're on. That is a no-go. You cannot do that. You have to brand and brand hard. If you need to make changes, right? That's totally fine. You assess, you readapt, you adapt, you make changes, but you should be branded everywhere you go. I tell these guys all the time, have your own fucking thing that's yours, right? Have something that's yours. So you work for Counterculture, right? You do a counterculture show. Have your own show, which is Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast that Nick has, that he had before I even knew who he was. He hasn't put out a podcast, I don't think, in like 6 months, which I'm not dogging on him. I'm just explaining. But is it smart to brand yourself on one platform as your old name? I just don't think it is. Now, if you were, and I'm not picking on Nick, I am a little bit because he just kind of backhand insulted me like 3 times in a row. But if you were Copville, it would probably be better to be Copville on your handles rather than Mike from Antihero or Mike Dilks, right? Copville's more prominent. It's better branding. Everybody knows who it is. So I would pick, if I were you, I would keep it, I would change it to G Money. But I understand, or make a YouTube account that's just G Money and put your own, that way your handle that you comment from is G Money, not CBGB podcasts or whatever it is, because no one knows what that is unless they know you personally. But a lot of people know you as G Money. That's Tyler's free lesson of branding today. But I tell all these guys, and all seriously, I do want Nick to keep his podcast going. I want these guys to all have something, whether it be a clothing line, whether it be a show that's theirs that is not anything to do with counterculture. Justin hosts Open Mic, but he also has Donut Shop podcast, right? Mike hosts Hot Topic with Copville and hosts Antihero, but he also has Copville as a YouTube channel. Copville's got its own merch line. So these guys, and Donut Shop has their own merch. So you always have something for the trickle down, right? So you're doing one thing that's super popular. Well, you don't own it. You're a contributor to it. But if 100 people watch your show, maybe 10 of those people are like, fuck, I like this dude. Let's see what else he has. And, oh, he's got his own channel. That has nothing. Well, I like this. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to buy that shirt. Oh, he's got a clothing line. I want to buy the shirt. So you amplify that. Now you got 10,000 people that watch you in 5 years because the network grew. So 1,000 of those people are now going to watch your show and buy your merch, right? I just want everybody to have, their own thing. You never rely on the man or anybody else forever. So BBC podcast, whose would that be? Are you guys talking about Jimmy?
G Money.
Where's G Money? Is he gone already?
No, he's been in the chat for a while.
I see. Keep underestimating me, you'll see. And I haven't seen anything else. Did he just get butthurt and leave?
No, he just sits there. He did it earlier.
JR99211. Give me an email. Give me a phone number. Let's do it. I'll call you right now.
Ooh.
I'm serious. I will. I'll call you right now. I'll bring you on right now. He ain't going to do it. Nobody does this. Nobody wants to show their face or say their name. So he hasn't been super disrespectful. But I mean, if you, to me, that's like walking in a bar and talking shit when you just turned 21 and you don't know how a bar works. But he's watching. So maybe we can turn him into a fan with some casual conversation, misunderstandings maybe, or he can come on. I told you, fucking Peach comes on first comment, guys on the ground tomorrow at 8. That's what it takes. It takes that over and over. Maybe project that out to, the rest of the world and not counterculture, but it's that mindset. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do another hour on here where you guys come on and we shoot the shit, or do you guys want to go straight to Discord? I do have great nipples. Oh, there's Jake. There's the Instagram star.
Here, I'll put a poll.
Oh, there you go, Eli. Poll. Do you guys want to keep this going for another hour while you guys come on the show? Or do you guys want to just take this party to Discord? Eli's typing away. I can hear him clicking. No, this show is nothing special, man. This show is still in its formulative beginnings. I kind of got the basis of how I want the show to go, but I'm open to trying different concepts of how this show will be. But you got to start somewhere. I knew I needed a show to talk about the network and to talk about the clothing line. We have open mic for that, but that's talking about other things in the network. This is strictly my perspective on it and kind of make sure everybody knows. You got the poll up?
Yep.
All right, guys, if you can, is it a number poll or do they click it? What do they do?
So they type in 1 or 2, and if they type in 1, it brings the first one up. And if they type number 2, it brings the second poll up.
Can they see it?
Yeah. I mean, do you want me to put in the YouTube version? Because
You did the StreamYard one?
Heather says that the poll is on the chat, but I mean, she didn't like when it was in the chat last time.
Oh.
What?
She was saying that it covered up the chat. Yeah. All right. So one is which one?
Keep going.
Keep going.
And 2 is go crazy on Discord.
Go crazy on Discord. Okay. So you just got to type. So it's on the screen, so you guys can see it.
Aqua said 2. He's the only one.
Okay. Well, you guys know what to do. Start emailing the antihero podcast at gmail.com. Eli will send you a link if you guys want to come on. You don't have to. We can keep doing crowd engagement, but I was thinking that I like the second hour of the show with you guys coming on and letting it loose.
Well, William put 3, but I don't know what that is.
He's being a dick.
Oh.
JR99211 said 0. Yo, dude, the antihero podcast at gmail.com. Send that an email. We'll reply you a link. I'd like to see your face.
I should have put another one that said neither.
Maybe but I didn't get to talk about this. Let's do another poll.
All right.
Before everybody starts coming in, I want to do one more poll, please.
Stop.
It does look like that we're going to stay on. I want to do one more poll.
Yeah.
Eli, you ready?
Yeah.
Should unfiltered, so just put should you and you do a live show rather than a pre-recorded show? And would you guys support a live show for them? This is important. Because I've asked questions where I think I should do it, and people were like, "No, don't do that. We like what it is." Like I would have thought,
And what?
huh?
Should you do a live show or pre-recorded, and then what?
I don't know.
Would you guys support it?
Yeah. Would you guys support it in watching? Oh, that's fucking Ja. You're gay. He still won't show his face. Ja, at least come in audio. Jeez, Eli, what are you making over there?
I'm making.
Oh, the answers?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to see if unfiltered and unfazed. How no, there's not 3, just 2. Hurry up. Get it on there.
My bad. Boom.
Eli, it's taken you about 7 minutes to do this poll. There you go. Is it up?
It's not easy being a producer.
All right. So
You want to do questions, or I mean, no one's really asking.
no, if no one's got any questions,
All right.
we'll just continue to serious question for Tyler.
Oh,
That's
huh.
my wife. So
Okay, never mind.
dude, we're covering that tomorrow.
All right. So far, there's
We all know that
Count. You got to put 1.
Count was be there to support
Yeah. Count's got to put 1. Not.
Nicole Morgan. I'd support watch them doing a live show. I usually watch their pods already. All right, cool. Brady would. We know Count would. No, Peach, it's not a bad idea because I think that everybody could support a show without being fucking douche canoes. If you guys are mild right now with me sitting here in the cuck chair, you know, you guys haven't been disrespectful at all. I really feel like you guys would be respectful to another show. Eli, send the link. Do you have Brady's email?
Is it Brady something?
Well, no, it's got it. He's got an email on the podcast. Dylan emailed Brady. Do we have your email?
I've sent it to him before.
So the issue is I don't have the link.
Oh yeah, he emailed.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So far we got Murphy, Brady, Dylan. Eli, please stop making.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so it looks like Unfiltered Unfazed would have unanimous support across the board for a live show. Now it's all about when to do it. They seem to like Thursdays, although I don't know if 6 o'clock
All right, I'll put the poll up for that.
would be a good time. This is my opinion. Put Dylan up first. Yo, what up?
How you doing, man?
Good. I just put your order out today. We lost him. We had him for 1 second and we lost him. I just did a bunch of orders today. Thursday is the only option. Okay.
Oh.
And 6 is only option. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, never mind.
Antonio Bandenas. I know we're rebranding for Counterculture Live on Thursdays. You think maybe one night a month we can bring back the night shift? It was nice seeing y'all shooting the shit and have an in-person guest. I mean, yeah, we can do it. We still have the setup. I think the Thursday before the get together in Tampa, we're gonna have a big, huge Thursday night show here.
Get together in Tampa. We're gonna have a big, huge.
You gotta turn your volume down, Murph.
Here.
Yeah, I got it.
We're gonna have a big, huge.
Should be good now.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a big night shift here, but the problem is night shift is a lot of work. Naturally, people are like, "Dude, I'll be there," and then they're not there, and then it turns into an online thing. Everybody, it's no slight on anybody, but nobody wants to make that drive once a week. So we thought about once a month, but you can't have a consistent show once a month. It just doesn't, to me, make any sense. Shows have to be due to like a recipe for success that's statistically driven and has science behind it. You have to have a show once a week or more reoccurring than once a month. And it just doesn't make sense to schedule something for once a month. So that's why we haven't done it. I'm not opposed to the night shift coming back, but the amount of work it takes to coordinating it and asking people and getting guests, I just don't have time for it. So in all reality, it would probably be an online thing because everybody's cool with doing online. Numbers seem to don't fluctuate, whether we do online or in person. In person is always way better, but it's a different feel. I think in the terms of like hanging out, I think the old night shift when it was online was actually more entertaining than it was in person with me, Mike, and Gator. Nothing against those guys or us. It's just it's when everybody's on the computer screen together, there's just something about it. And when we did the 4 or 5 of us here, it was good in a different way. But when the gaming guys did night shift or whatever they called it, right when we were kind of forming this, it was off the chain good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was a good show. I'd like to see it bring something back like that on Thursdays. It would be a good time.
Well, it's Thursday. We would have to, if we did night shift, I think night shift would be a good Friday night show. Maybe after Peach's show. But shows have to have a manager. They have to have a dedicated manager that takes care of the show. And I just don't have any more bandwidth to do another show. So somebody would have to be like, I want to resurrect night shift. I will make sure I'm there every night. If I am not there for whatever reason, I will have somebody running it that knows how to run it. That's not just going to run to me and go, how do I do this? So I would like for
good. Bring them on.
I would like for the night shift to come back, but would you say, Murph?
You bring Justin in to do it. He's always down to help.
Yeah. I don't think on a Friday. I think Justin's not allowed. He says he can't work past 5. So
I got my gear in the mail today, buddy. I'm already rocking it.
Thanks. You like it?
Oh yeah, I got 3 of these shirts. Got one of these hats. Probably buy another hat.
Yeah, I got the email. I saw mine's on its way.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when you came on and then froze. Is that I just packed your order earlier this afternoon.
Hell yeah.
I even had a personal note from Tyler himself. I felt honored. There was some cologne smell to it. I thought that was odd.
You save all of them in a memory box.
Yeah.
I'm willing to drive up every Thursday if y'all bring that back. Yeah. I mean, I liked it, but it was just a pain in the fucking ass, dude. And it wasn't I look at a show on counterculture that I do. I like to have a purpose for a show. Like the show's got to serve a purpose, and the night shift was fun, but it wasn't serving a purpose to the network. Like every show to me has a niche or a purpose. So like open mic has a purpose that I do. And this has a purpose as far as like a really direct dose of like what we're not what's going on in the network. That's more open mic. What the network is about is kind of this show now, and it has a purpose because I can cut reels from it. There was not much I could do with night shift. It was funny. Lots of funny reels came from night shift, but it didn't really have a purpose other than a bunch of dudes hanging out. And there's way too much work that goes into a show for a bunch of dudes hanging out that doesn't serve a purpose. So that's why I'm saying if it went back, if it was resurrected and moved to a new time, or maybe after this, it could come on at 9 and it was online. I feel like that's probably more practical because online requires nobody to do any work. It's just plug and play. Somebody's got to make a thumbnail. Somebody's got to put it on StreamYard. Somebody's got to hit record. And then someone's got to hit end. And that's it. There's no coordination. There's no nothing, especially if you have a solid handful of guests that you can pick from that are always going to kind of be there. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it. Online's great. The shows that you've had online, I think, have gone over really well. They've been popular.
Yeah, and I think with everything else, like, I mean, you've mentioned it. It's like that echo chamber where it's like, for us, the shows are great, but how do you branch out where it's like it's not we're just talking about like the inside jokes, like some of the 99% stuff that we all get, but like how to appeal to, and this goes for like all of our shows, it's like how to appeal to those new people to get you in, because like, I mean, like the gaming guys, like we're all guilty of it too. It's like you have those inside jokes with the people in the chat because they're the 99%. And then like if I were to pop in and I didn't know what was going on in the show, I'd be like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? So it's like, I don't know, the branching out part is hard, but.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I think that the night shift should not just be something that we spin up fast and try. I think it should be calculated, and it should be for not a giant hangout sesh, because what's the point of Discord? What's the point of the app when we do this? I like doing this. And right now we have, we don't have anything in place to do this. So that's why the second hour I like having all you guys on. It's fun. This is like what it's meant to be for. It's fun. But if we did something like the night shift, bringing in like hosts, like one host from every show, right? That would be something that's the point of that show. It would be to, what do you call that? Crossover, right? Like like at the time, snapshot in history, the 4 most prominent shows that are doing the best, pick a host from each one if everybody wants to do it, and you form the night shift again. And that way, now there's hosts from 4 shows doing a show together, and it's kind of like that collaboration type thing.
Well, and I think the videos go over well because reactions to videos are universal. So if you put videos up that are already funny, and then you have, say you're talking about like you have the 4 shows on or whatever, and you have a host, and you get to feel their personalities based off of how they react to the videos, how they make jokes, and then based off of the videos and reactions and the conversation you're having, they're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go follow Tyler because he made a fucking funny joke about that shit, or I'm gonna go follow Donut because he looks funny and that's an awesome animation. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I think the videos work out really well when, like on the quote unquote night shift or whatever, when everyone was hanging out watching viral videos and then kind of breaking them down, joking about them. Like, I think that stuff works really well because you can come in from anywhere, watch that, and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And I think the best part would be when you give Ryan a show, then he has his own night shift, and there'll be a lot of yelling, screaming, throwing stuff at the screen. I think it'll work out real well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just, if a show doesn't, here's the thing: is if a show once it becomes work, if it doesn't have a point, it starts being like, why are we doing this? And that's what Night Shift here in this studio started feeling like, is like it was so much work. And when I say so much work, I'm just meaning extra work that wasn't really paying off for the network. It was fun, but it wasn't serving a purpose. And it wasn't like right now, like, but tonight, that first hour, right? It wasn't record numbers. It was, but the purpose is to directly talk about what the network means and what its objectives are and all that stuff. And then I'll let you know on the backstory of it. I can cut reels from this. Like that whole first hour is like Real City, dude. I can cut reels. Where it didn't, the in-person in studio one here, and then going into the online Night Shift Counterculture Live, like it just didn't have a point. The geographic idea was great, except it was too early in time. We're just, as a network, people aren't capable of doing it.
Well, Tyler, can I say as a fan, when I started watching about a year ago, it's the Night Shift that really got me hooked. I liked the content, but then I saw the interaction and I thought about, man, I could go down to Florida. I can go on that show. And now you're doing it online where I can just come on and talk. And I am going to Florida now in September. It got me hooked. And the Night Shift is what I absolutely loved and made me want to get to know you guys. It made me feel like I could actually know you personally. And so that's what did it for me. I'm over the top. I watch like every show now.
Yeah, and I think the reason why everything's so small right now that it felt like we have a show in the other studio 5 days a week where people are also welcome. So it's like the appeal just, I don't know. We run something 5 days a week where we welcome people to be in studio. So then the show at night where we also welcome people, it just didn't seem like, huh? What?
He froze.
He's retarded.
He said that and then he froze.
What'd he say?
Oh, he died.
Oh, okay.
And then was like looking
he said
out.
something about boats.
Boats and hoes.
But I don't know if I'm not making sense, then let me know. But I mean, it's just all about like output versus input. You know, try different things and definitely like keep pushing something. But it's like at some point, if it's not performing as well, if it's not growing fast enough, and there's no point to the show, it's got to be cut or at least shelved until there's a revival of it. You know, Open Mic did that. Open Mic was a show that had no fucking point to it. It was just me, Mike, Justin, Dominic Izzo, and random people talking about random shit. It had no point to it, and we shelved it. And then at the end of last year, we brought it back with a point to talk about the network. That was we gave it a purpose. And so I feel like Night Shift kind of needs that revival. And it definitely, you know, whether it be 9 o'clock on Thursdays, where right now we do this after Counterculture Live, or if we pick a totally different night, like Friday night after Peach's show, you know, I don't know. Should we have permanent hosts that become reliable, like one guest with 3 hosts a week, and then, or do we just have a hodgepodge of fucking whoever? You know, I don't know what the right answer is. This is the things that I want like everybody to start thinking about. Like, oh, would it be beneficial to go back to the old formula where there was 8 people? Funny as hell. Don't get me wrong. Funny as hell, but it's pointless. Or should we have a structured show where we have dedicated hosts with a point? And I don't know what the right answer is right now.
I mean, I think the mix of both is like a good idea, because I think there's a fine line between like the consistency aspect and the exposure aspect, where, yeah, if you have a bunch of people on there, you get a little bit more conversation. You get a little bit more, like, I don't know, like some of the funny content, the shit talk. but having something with structure, I think, is what people it makes people stay. You know, if you have like set hosts and it has a point, or like kind of what you're doing with like the first half of the show, you're like, I have a dead set point on what I'm doing right now and like what I'm talking about, and then you open it up and it gives, because if people like the first half, they're probably going to stay for the second, and if they don't like the first half, they're probably not going to stay at all, and then you're just on to the next one. So
what do you think we should do?
I mean, I would probably lean
I
more
love
towards
both ideas. Go teams. I want everybody to win.
No, I mean,
Stand out a
personally, I'd
participation
probably say
trophy.
more on the consistent side with like a plan if I had to choose one.
Or get a couch.
Yeah, the live, I mean, with 8 people in there, like when it was live in the studio was one thing, but having that many people on like a
Here's what I'll
screen-
say is when you're big enough, you can do it. When Anti-Hero was big enough, I'm just being full honesty. I don't even think people that were a part of that show doing their own thing are even big enough to do it now. Anti-Hero, when it was then that phase of it, was big enough to where we could do that every Thursday night. People were coming from all over the place to be in that studio. That's just social science. When you're popular, people will be there. So I do think that it's a possibility to do. And me and Mike have like a lot of plans, but they're 5 to 10 year plans. And we really want to grow this network and create a hub and create positions where, you know, guys can go, they're off, you know, I could actually work full time. I would have to move. And it might be a consideration for people that are like, I don't really have anything where I'm at. I've always wanted to live in Orlando. Like they're offering full-time employment. That's our plan. So we have to start somewhere. And right now we're in this warehouse studio set up and it works, but there's just not enough people that want to come and do the Thursday night live. I noticed that it's for me, it's pulling teeth because it's like if I have to ask you every time, and this isn't at any one person, so nobody get upset. But if I have to ask every single Thursday, that leads me to believe at some point you don't want to go. You're just coming because I'm asking, unless you are like, I'm going to be there every Thursday and then telling me if you couldn't make it. And that wasn't the case at all. I was having to ask every week, can you come? Most guys said, yeah, anytime I asked, but it wasn't like implied. So that way I knew in my head, this is not going to be a sustainable show. Because at some point people are going to start going, I can't make it. So that's why I tried to get ahead of the game and go, we'll do it once a month in different areas. And that was a good idea, but it was too, like I said, too early to try and do that in the network. I think maybe that's a possibility, maybe like a year, but right now. So we kind of just had to pivot and call an audible. And, you know, me and Mike had, we didn't want to be on any other shows together. And that's strictly because we didn't want to dilute Anti-Hero. And I kind of realized me and Mike do another show together called Night Shift. Now, granted, we were in the studio, so it was a little bit different. It had a different vibe, but me and Mike were like, dude, we got to separate. We can't be on the same shows. So,
well, maybe some people just didn't want to intrude, so they were just waiting for you to ask. Maybe it was the opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you got to hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I already got a lot going on.
Get told no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got so much going on, dude. I don't have the time to like. I need like a team to show up. Like when I host shows, I know guys are going to be there. That's the show. I just don't. That's what I'm saying. Like the sustainability. You could be like, oh well, what's so hard about rounding up 4 dudes a week? It's every single week. Like, hey man, can you come on? Yeah. Well, you mean remote? Like, no, motherfucker, I don't mean remote. Like, when have I because they're like hinting that they don't want to make the trip, and then you got to burn a favor. no, man, can you please go? Oh, yeah, I'll come in person. Like, and then that's just not sustainable because people are human beings. So,
yeah.
That'd be.
But-
I wish I
I
lived
don't know.
closer so I could come.
Counterculture Gaming was a good show. If you could do something like that, they could
What?
definitely take.
What do you mean was?
Yeah.
What do you mean was?
No,
Every
it goes
Saturday night
way-
at 9 p.m., bro. What the fuck?
I'm there every. I've made
Jesus
every
Christ.
episode.
You
I'm
are.
always there.
Oh, yeah, and we appreciate
No, I
it.
meant
We do.
when you guys. I meant when you guys did your night shift. That was awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
you guys
fun.
were successful.
It was
Something
fun.
like that, I think, would be a blast.
yeah, I think that, like I said, I think bringing back the night shift is, you just have to determine like who's doing it, who's comfortable with what, if it's a good idea. Like I would poll the people involved in the decision making. Like, first off, do you want to use the same name night shift? Is there benefits, or do the benefits outweigh the freedoms to create something new? And if everybody was like, no, let's keep the night shift going. Okay, do we want to use the same skull? Right? Do we want to use the same like feel? Maybe, like a new, and we just have to go through every like branding issue, or not issue, but branding thing. And then we'd have to like figure out, like, when I do these shows, we think about them very long and very hard, and we don't just like try to put shit out there. So we'd have to be like, what's going to be the point of the show? Like, what's the point? And then if it is dudes just hanging out, cool. If that's the point, if that makes people feel like they want to come watch, like Murphy said, like that feeling makes him want to watch. It's not an informative show. It doesn't have like a serious meaning. It's just a funny ass show with a bunch of dudes break shit down or fuck off online. I'm for it. And then we'd have to determine if we keep a handful of hosts that are dedicated, or if it's just one manager that just runs a hodgepodge of fucking craziness. And you got to hope whoever steps up doesn't bite off more than they can chew.
Yeah,
Counterculture Gaming, I'm looking in your direction. You guys gonna do it?
I would say that night that we did the counterculture online, that was I took myself down and then ran producer, and dude, it was tough trying to keep because Clint's fucking audio was weird, and so I was like trying to mute him and unmute him, and then it was a
service was rough in the back of the strip club that night for Clint.
It was.
Yeah, but if you could get like Brian to come on live and then like shoot down, I mean, it would be a fucking awesome.
I wonder if Ryan plays video games.
Ryan.
Oh.
Hello, comrades.
We'll just 1v1 him and put him on the Spetsnaz team, dude.
Go where you belong.
Dude, he said he was 46 today. I was like, what?
What?
Yeah. I
Good
will
for
say
him. He doesn't look like it.
Yeah, he looks definitely like 36.
Yeah. I would have been like maybe like 40.
But you got to think
40.
he joined in 2000, in the year 2001, he joined the Marines, and I joined at 19 in 2008. So that already puts us like 6 or 7 years apart.
No, Tyler, he got out in 2003.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so I never even put that together, that he's like 10 years older than me, just by that alone.
That's
dude, for him to be that much older and still not at all wise is retarded.
Not all wise.
I
He'd
felt
argue with
bad for
that.
the fucking who was calling it a burial today? Was it Fu or Dylan?
Yeah, no, I think it was Jay.
Jay, oh yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a debate, it was a burial, because sometimes I forget how well spoken Dominic is. And I think Dominic's been waiting for that moment forever. And I was like, hey, dude, do you want to stick around? And the problem is that this is Mike's fault. Mike books Dominic every day.
On him.
Huh?
You kind of snuck up on him.
Yeah, Mike books Dominic every day at 2. Every Thursday. I'm like, but Ryan goes on at 2:15 for a scheduling conflict. Like, Ryan can't, like, he has to be on at 2:15 and he has to be done at 2:45. That's his request. He stayed later today. I don't know what the deal is, but he requested. So I'm like, Dominic can't come on at 2 because he can only do 15 minutes. But it happened again today. So I was like, hey, man, do you want to just stay on and, do right? And I think Dominic was like, this is it. I've been waiting for this moment.
Dominic was prepared.
Like, it's almost like he had that. He had already rehearsed this like 20 times in his head. That's how good it was.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean, he snuck in on G Money last week because G Money couldn't really be G Money. So he got his blows in for free. So it came right back at him.
From like getting up in the morning and like or like not even in the morning, I don't know what he wears throughout the day, but like when there's a camera on him, he puts on a full suit like head to toe. Like he doesn't half-ass a single thing. Like he's prepared for war wherever he goes, and I respect that about him. Like he's always got something to say. You may not agree with it, but like he'll back it and he'll bring facts.
Well, at some point when you're reading from a textbook constantly, that textbook runs out, especially when you're faced with an argument, so if you can't shift gears and you just get mad, then what are you going to do?
And Dominic was just like technologically like louder than him. So like anytime Dominic just started talking, it overtook Ryan.
Yeah.
So like
stop interrupting me, bro.
Yeah.
You.
Tyler was like, yo, what the fuck did you just say to me?
But yeah, no, that was unexpected, and I don't think it's fair to ambush somebody. I don't think anybody should walk into that. So I didn't know that would happen, but I invited Dom to stay. I was like, well, this kind of works out because we needed to give Ryan some pushback. Because when he talks to me and Mike, we've just formulated a professional relationship with him where it's seeming to get a little soft, and people are starting to notice that. And like I said, I got a couple messages about it, and they're like, "Dude, we don't like this segment." So I was like, maybe this will be a good like refresher. Like
I like today.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, he threatened to quit. He threatened to leave.
I'd be curious to see, like I said something in like the text about it, but like I'd honestly be curious to see like if Ryan had say like a co-host for his own show and then he brought one of you guys in to be like the quote unquote outnumbered one and have advantage. Like I'd like to see how his personality changes when he feels like he has the high ground. So like I would like to see a show from him just for that perspective. Like when he feels like he could win it, maybe with someone else in his corner or like on his own show. So he's puffed up a little bit with his followers. Like I'd like to see that debate too.
Yeah.
I think it would get hard for him to have a show on this network and get the following that he would want.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, it would be all of us. To be fair, the girls run into that same problem. And they run into a demographically challenged
and that
issue is that as much as people will support them, our channel doesn't organically grab women. We have 10 shows, 9 of them are men. And so they're stuck with, that's why I was saying at the beginning of the show, I really want to organically try and like get women for that show. And I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that. Obviously, all of you guys, like your wives and stuff like that helps out more than you know. And I know that I think her name was Nicole said that she watches, and it's just because we don't ever talk. The girls aren't very tied in. And when I was critiquing shows, I will critique. Unfiltered, Unfazed. I've been wanting them to collab with bigger podcast or Instagram people, like females, to get, and they're hesitant on, I will say this, Unfiltered is hesitant on change. I don't know if that's like a woman thing or what, but they're very hesitant on change. So That's
Says
why I
the
keep
two guys with their faces hidden.
That was pretty good.
That was a good one.
I don't worry about it anymore.
We the last
Oh,
time we
yeah.
saw Donut's face was when Clint said "and nose," and it was
Click.
he was
See you
gone
guys
forever.
later. I come back, I'm like, so I made a decision. I spent all night learning how to 3D model on a computer program. What the fuck is that?
Slater, you got
Fucking-
mom, dude?
Yeah, it's fucking black.
From Colombia.
Yeah, dude.
What is
fucking-
this?
The 82nd
Normandy?
Airborne's about to drop in, bro.
Is that a plane?
The
Jeez, dude.
the Blackhawks fly over to go to
Did you say Blackhawks?
Yeah, they have wings
Yeah.
now.
they go to
Shit, I knew
They
they
got
could jump, but-
Camp David's not far from here, so they fly over like all the time.
Oh, what's
Oh,
up? It's
here's
Count.
this fucking stupid puppet.
Hey, you know what?
He said,
You know what? I'll tell you what. Here's an idea. This is why I don't ever like to do anything too fast. The night shift gets changed to a reddish font, reddish tone. And it's the night shift hosted by Count.
Hey.
Oh, that would be good. Once the sun goes down, the count comes out.
Yeah, the night shift.
I
Welcome
like
to
that.
the night shift.
Welcome
The
to
count
the
comes
night
out
shift.
hunting hogs. The
You've
hog
been out in the-
hunter
The
himself.
hog hunter.
You've been out in the sun too much, brother.
Count sent 2 things.
What? It counts in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, he sent. Oh, did you? Hey, Count, you sent videos?
No, nope.
No, that's probably from last time, dude.
Oh,
It's probably the same email thread. Those were his
Hey, Count,
Tesla
your hair looks
videos.
good tonight.
Mhm.
Hey, so in all seriousness, just to touch on Ryan really quickly, and we can leave that subject, but how handsomely is he getting paid to deal with like struggling, homeless San Francisco shitting on the street people? Because it looks
He's
like
not.
I think he is, to be honest with you.
I think that's his work.
That's what
I
I'm
think that's-
saying.
Like an office.
Oh, he's sitting in like a lobby.
Oh, you
area.
think he's sitting in his? Oh.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I take it back.
No,
Help
his
me
dogs
remember,
live
guys.
there.
The dogs.
Yeah, dogs live there.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, had dogs running up. So, but here's the thing, dude. He's a communist, dude. He could live with like fucking. He could live with a bunch of people. He could be living free with somebody. Like,
Yeah,
that's
split
what-
an apartment with 8 people. You each pay $50 a month, or something
Yeah.
like that. Like,
or he could be like, I'm somebody with money, but I'm down for the calls, brother. My home is your
Right.
home.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it just seems kind of like very hypocritical when he speaks about
Hold on,
what,
I'll
because he's also smoking weed like constantly, which weed is fine, but you're altering
Giving
your
people
mind.
advice.
Like,
Life
yeah, like
advice
what
while
are you
high.
like? What are you talking about, bro? Like,
I mean,
fucking shit.
I think having we're not going to get into. I want everybody to think about it business wise for the OG meeting, but I think having him as a part of the network really would be like the just another drawing point. Like
I
what
like-
was his name?
I like that segment.
Michael Rappaport or whatever, when he was on
yeah.
Barstool
Yeah.
before he got fired. Like Dave Portnoy brought him on because he was just like, he's not a he's a fucking giant libtard. Turned
Mhm.
conservative, but lib at heart. And I don't know. I think it's something to entertain, but I want everybody to sleep on it before we make a business decision, because bringing a communist on can't really come back from if you're like, whoa, well, it's a bad idea.
I don't think he's a communist.
Whoa. You're part of the poor man's group, Slater. You don't get to vote on this.
I'm just saying. I don't think he's a communist.
No, you're fucking
No,
roll.
you're
Slater.
right, Slater. He's not. He's LARPing as a communist. I don't
Yeah,
think
he's not a communist.
I think
No.
that's the shock factor for him. Like, but I agree with G Money sometimes too, though, where it's like giving a quote unquote communist a platform isn't a great look. But like we all said, like he's not like when he talks, he's not really a fucking communist. So it's like I think he's just like that liberal face that gives enough backlash to make something fun out of it. But like
I think he's equivalent of a goth kid in the 9th grade. Like
Yeah.
he's just like
it's cool being different, dude. Yeah.
Dude, everybody was a goth kid back in the like, fuck, dude, I was a goth kid for a minute.
We're all
emo's
kids
different
at
than
some
goth,
point.
dude.
Yeah.
If he was a communist, he would want to kill all those poor people.
Although I never did the Sharpie painting my fingernails thing. I didn't do that.
You didn't go to the mall?
No.
I'm so
I wanted to go to
depressed.
Hot Topic, but I just say it was too far away. It was too
Meatloaf!
far away.
I need more concert shirts.
Yeah.
The ones I have are gay.
Not a phase, Mom.
Yeah, if you give Ryan a talk show, you can call yourself fair and balanced. Just say we're fair and balanced. That always works out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I don't
Aqua,
think he's about that life.
Poser.
Aqua, I chose the donut for a couple of reasons. One, just a nod to the law enforcement background. And then two, the tutorial on YouTube that I watched on how to 3D model. You 3D modeled a donut. So I was like, well, I've already made this. Might as well keep it.
Yeah, and I heard he was trying to challenge Justin from Donut Shop as the true donut.
Yeah,
I mean,
he talked
I'm an
That's what I heard,
actual
dude.
That's what I
donut.
heard.
I mean, it's just he's
I mean,
the donut
this
shop.
donut's
I
not
am the
streaming
donut.
from a
Do you
Dunkin'
think?
Donuts.
Do you think we could get Justin to dress up as a donut, like with his face out, but like in a donut costume,
He
to
may.
see
absolutely. I
who's
think
who's the real donut?
I think we could do it. I think it'd be
How about
funny.
donut pajamas?
I mean, the dude did a PowerPoint presentation on National Donut Day's history, so I don't think it's far out of the realm of possibility.
It isn't. It isn't.
Like
but
a donut off. Who's the real donut?
A nut off.
I'm assuming it's the actual real donut.
A glaze off. Who's the ultimate glazer?
I've been saying for a while.
Some nipples on this thing.
I've been saying for a while. There's not enough police officers that use the moniker donut online.
Bro, we need
Yeah, we could have a segment. Is it cream filled or jelly filled?
Hey, but you don't see any of them actually 3D modeling themselves into a donut, though. So you gotta take it a step further.
That's Counterculture Inc. Studios right there. You want to be modeled into an inanimate object? We've got.
Hey,
you.
I was
Holla at your boy.
Yeah, they could sell that.
Holla at you, donut, dude. You're not a boy.
Holla.
Holla.
Plus, I feel like the donut also captures the best feature that I have, and that's the massive gap in between my top two front teeth.
I thought you just told AI to get rid of that every time.
No, I make sure the AI puts it in there. In the thumbnails. Like, I fight with AI to make sure the gap is in there. Gap and blue eyes. Make sure it's there.
You do all that work, and look, I'm real.
Yeah, but you're gay, so.
You gotta have the gap.
That's funny.
That's
Hey,
hilarious.
if I told you guys in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, you'd be talking on a screen with an internet with a donut and a Dracula puppet, would you believe me?
Nope.
I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah,
I thought I'd be dead by now, to be honest.
It's one of my
Donut's like, I
favorite
wouldn't have
things,
believed I was the donut, but
Yeah. If you told me this a year ago, I'd have been like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I still remember when it was cool to hit the side button on a phone and be like, "Beep. Hey man, where you at?" With the Nextels, the walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Oh, that was
what does
cutting edge.
Nextel have to do with that?
I just
Dog
thought
the Bounty
that-
Hunter
About
used them.
being old.
That was advanced technology then, is what I'm saying. So this is
yeah, like
wait.
grown men turning themselves into donuts. I get it now. Yeah, like this. Yeah,
We gone backwards in time.
which is
Later.
funny because
That was back in the Sesame Street days.
yeah,
I should probably just go back to the poor chat.
don't make us feel bad, Slater.
I don't
It's
feel bad.
okay. It's okay. Put me in the little corner over there.
The kids' table.
The G-Money table.
How is it with
You know what?
Slater?
I know,
Just
Count.
chat.
I love that when you pointed out on that other channel where they had one of the previous owners sitting at a children's table. That was just hilarious. I feel horrible for that guy.
Who, Magnet?
Oh no. You know,
No, I think he's talking about
a guy that
talking about that fourth teacher guy.
Anti-hero.
Hold on, you both talked at the same time.
Oh, I must go now.
All right, bye, Count.
No, that
See you,
guy.
Count.
All right, Count.
Hey, so did
No,
you see
that
me
guy
comment
on,
when you're talking? Oh, sorry, Murph.
your,
Go ahead. Sorry.
Ex-best friend show with the long beard that had to sit at the children's table.
Yeah, because he's a fuck.
He used to. He said he was like an owner
no problem talking shit
for
about him.
anti-hero.
Yeah. I don't think I should.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worthy, but I don't owe that guy fucking
Well, I'd like
shit.
to learn more. That just interested me that he had to sit at the children's table now.
He always does. He's a piece of shit. He's respected by nobody. He's a fucking loser, and he's kept around because he's a lackey. Like, that's 100% all he is. I would watch that man get disrespected, and Mike would look at me right in front of everybody, and we're like, I don't care who the fuck you are. You talk to me like the way that guy was talked to, I will have problems with you in front of the entire group. No, obviously, if you don't respect somebody, you're not going to worry about disrespecting them. If you respect somebody, you're just naturally not going to be inclined to disrespect them. So, my wife's going to start yelling at me here in about 3, 2, 1.
I don't have that problem anymore.
Hey, man, look at the right side, bro. I like it, Brady. That's a glass half full mentality.
Dude, exactly, dude.
So the VA guy you had on, he said he was in Frederick, Maryland, which is like 20 minutes north of me. So he's at Fort Detrick. So I said something about the monkeys, remember? And he laughed. He's like, ha, ha, ha.
I was probably zoned out for about 17 minutes out of that.
He also said he was going to join the Discord.
So there used to be a lot of testing at Fort Detrick. So there's a lot of rumors about like rats and monkeys and shit they used to test with diseases. Well, they tore that building down and it fucking like infected the whole city. So that's why he laughed when I said something about it.
That's what called Baltimore. That's how Baltimore was started. Monkeys got and just, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not answering that question, but yeah. But I thought it was funny that he's at Fort Detrick and then he said he was a cook. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
I missed your
Anyway.
contributor. Where's that guy at?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
Whatever happened with that?
Who?
Bravo.
He's still in
Your
the
Jewish
Discord. He
contributor?
didn't leave, but yeah, he has not been around.
He's a fucking liar, is what he is.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a
Maybe you
rough
should
one.
have called him out on that, and we could still laugh about it all the time. Every time he tells a new one.
It's hard. It's not that somebody was telling fish stories, but also like not like he was telling fish stories and then also like trying to be the center of the room. And that's not going to work. You can't be the center of attention and also be telling fucking lies. Like you could tell your lies and we might not be inclined to say anything because like whatever, dude, we know he's lying, but he was trying to be in the center of the room as a liar, and that's not going to work in a group of people like us.
Oh, there's also a difference between like embellishing a little bit of your story and like just like flat out just creating one.
And I know
Yeah,
embellishing a
Go
story is different because you know the industry well enough to embellish it Like that's how Tim Kennedy got away with it for 15 years. He knows enough to know what to lie about. But when somebody's literally lying about like everything, when I go, wait, so you do executive protection, like, so what's getting you qualified to do that job? Well, I mean, you have
especially
to have some kind of experience.
Especially just being civilian side.
I mean, dude, here's the thing about executive protection or any type of contracting, even non or OCONUS, like overseas stuff. I'm just talking about in general. You could put yourself through every single school and training you possibly could, but there's nothing without experience. You're never going to get hired. They want to see you like what they call it, an austere environment or some kind of practical environment where you've done your training. And like, you can't become a black belt, put yourself through all the shooting courses and then get the job you want without some kind of government job that gave you the experience.
Well, that and the math didn't math because like he didn't give an age, but he said he was less than 30. He hasn't worked there for a few years, and then before that, the company that he worked for was out of business for a few years. So now you're going back to his early 20s, doing executive protection with civilian training.
What got me too, which is the nail in the coffin, is that he worked for a U.S. based private military contracting company, but worked on behalf of a foreign entity, foreign government. You can't fucking do that. So like that just nailed it in the coffin for me, and that's why I started asking all these questions. And then Tyler talked about it on open mic with Jay last week, or the week before. But like he was just walking in a circle with all his answers, and you call him out on it, he's another excuse. Then that excuse is bullshit. You call on that excuse, another excuse, another excuse. He kept digging his hole deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where he couldn't get out of it. And then the next day, Jake just destroyed him.
I wasn't there for that.
So either was I. But
I was
didn't
in
know what I
there,
heard.
and I was about ready to start going full pride assassin on him. I couldn't handle it. I was like, I just got out. Then I found out the next day everybody else went off on it. I was like, I was about ready to melt down. I was like, I don't want to get banned from Discord or anything. So I was like, I can't handle this guy.
If he worked for a foreign contracting company, either in the UK or South Africa, what have you, then yeah, it's very, very possible they can work for a foreign government entity. But if he's working for a US-based security company, working on behalf of a foreign government, you're breaking the law. So it's, I don't know. He could be just so full of shit. He's like, oh, I'm an IT guy, but then I do this. It's like you're either an IT guy or you're not. Like, what are you? You cannot be both. So
he lives in his parents' basement.
Then he said he worked for another government agency, an OGA, which, if you guys know what that is, it's pretty much screaming CIA. And I'm like, dude, you're not. What? There's okay, whatever. So,
lies.
Yeah.
Jay and Jake just
and he wants me to believe him that there was the Holocaust was real, and his whole fucking everything about him was a fucking lie.
Yeah, I don't think he was prepared for me to have information like that at all.
No, I think he's used to sliding into like the Discord servers and stuff like that and being the man. And then just being able to go under that excuse, like, oh, I can't talk about that, dude. Like, I can't. I got an NDA for that or something like that. And for most people, it's like, oh, dude, that's so cool. And then he comes into this group and he's like, oh, fuck, I didn't prepare a story for this.
With people who have probably actually been
you can't lie to a room full of cops. You can't do it.
No, and that's period. Yeah.
And what's funny though is too, like Tyler got off and I got off, and he started messaging Jay offline. A million more excuses. Like, I'm gonna talk to my lawyer, and so I can read my NDA. And I'm like, dude, you said you have an NDA, but you're gonna tell me in person? Like, it's still an NDA, retard. Like,
oh yeah, and then the four defensive shootings.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, dude.
Then he tried. He's like, no, they were defensive uses. I mean, I never said that I shot him. Motherfucker, you insinuated it. That was enough. That was enough. You knew exactly what you're doing.
And I was about ready to call him Jesse Smollett, and I was like, whatever. No one. You weren't just walking down the street in one of the largest Jewish communities, in the country, and some guy just picked you out and said, "Oh, I'm going to kill you, Jew," and run across the street and try and kill him. I was like, I couldn't handle it. I was like, this guy is just full of crap, and that's why I left. I was like,
But
I
also,
can't
what's
do it.
funny is too, he's like he's pulling his firearm, so you're brandishing a firearm now. So it's like, at what point it's just, and Tyler can confirm too. I wasn't rude to him. I was asking basic questions. He kept giving me half-ass answers that were the truth, and I just kept grilling him. And then he kind of just got sick of it, I guess. But I don't know. I think Tyler and I were cordial with him. We weren't mean to him.
I had to, when I got off, I had to text Brady, and I was like, man, it's not what you're saying, it's why you're talking. That's the only thing 10 years as a cop has taught me, is that when someone starts talking on, like, you look and I don't care what they're saying, I want to know why they're talking. And
yeah,
he was saying obvious bullshit, but I was like, he was every time he was talking about pride, he's like, because I would kill him with my gun right next to me. Like, I'm telling you right now, anybody that's lethal with a gun is never going to have that sense of humor. They're not going to be that self-conscious and that, not self-conscious. They're never going to be that, what do you call that? With somebody
broad. They're not going to be that blandish.
No self-esteem, like, I have a gun next to me in case you ever tried that. Like, nobody that can use a gun is ever gonna be that. Like, it's I can't think of the word, but insecure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Insecure. Nobody. If I got drunk right now, and I threatened fucking Brady, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna go fucking murder you. I'm gonna come beat your and I was dead serious, and it got awkward as shit, and like we ended it, and everybody was like, dude, what the fuck was talking? Brady's never gonna go to you guys and go, yeah, he better. If he tried that, I would fucking shoot him with my gun right here. He's never gonna say that because he's capable of doing that. Where somebody that's insecure is going to let you know that they have a gun, and they would like. It's just, it made no sense. The whole thing made no sense.
depending on what day it is, I might let you do it. To be fair.
Now tell me you're going to do that in a deeper
Monday.
voice.
Yeah. Every day ends in Y, dude. Honestly.
Oh shit!
It was kind of similar with. Oh, sorry, Brady. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Slater. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, I was going to talk about Brian Callen, but you continue on your.
All right.
rant.
Yeah, but less something about the Jewish Avenger, but like he literally just talked himself into it. Like we let him talk, and he just talked and talked and talked and talked and never shut up. Like, so he pretty much just answered all our questions without us even asking a single question.
No, yeah, you talk too much, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do? I get my lines blurred. Are we allowed to talk about like what he did in Discord and the other chatters at a no-go?
Yeah, about what other chat?
Like he did something that was kind of like creepy.
Well,
okay, all right. So the first time that he came about, my wife and Foo's wife play a game in one of the Discord chats. They play together. Everyone leaves them alone. Like this dude joined it and then was basically like, I think he was trying to fluff his feathers, and he was basically like, oh, like I can look up where you live. Like I can look, I was an IT guy, or I did all this stuff, and like I can look all this shit up. And like we were basically just like, yeah, like no shit, like everything's fucking public record anymore. You know what I mean? You could look up all that stuff.
But that's super weird. That's the same to me as you private messaging my wife and going, I can find out where you live.
It's definitely fucking
like,
weird. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
and to be fair, to be fair, like it's not like he knew it was their wives and like that.
Yeah, but I mean, period though. Like you go into
it's still a weird thing to do to women, with just women in general.
Yeah,
he raped her, but he didn't know that it was your wife.
Yeah, you're.
Well, when you put it like that, yeah, it sounds bad.
I mean, this wasn't the daycare, and hot honey involved.
Yeah. No, but again, like you see,
Jimmy was gonna have that pot lined up and ready for the pickings, the daycare.
May not have had a hairbrush involved, but
Well, and that, like we have like basically like a quote unquote like the women's chat in the Discord, and it's like even if you're new to the Discord, you go in there and like you don't recognize the names or whatever, and then you hear a couple women, it's like just get the fuck out if they're having a good time and everything. But I don't know.
Yeah,
It
if there
wasn't
was an
anything
out.
that fucking crazy, but it definitely made the girls feel a little bit weird. But
I would
Send me
say
the
that
link,
I
Dylan.
would say that a man not in the room that my husband is in with all the other men talking to me and another female saying, I just so you know, I could find where you live if I wanted to. Like, I know I'm paraphrasing and it might not have been that direct. And he didn't have that intel that you guys were married to them, but I would feel weird if I was your wife.
Oh yeah,
would
and
be
then
like-
it all just got weirder, and that's why like they asked, oh, is there a way like I was like, yeah, we can make a different role for you or do like a lock chat or something, you know, because like we want everyone to be in the Discord and stuff like that, you know. We don't want anyone to feel fucking weird because some of our wives play video games and it's nice for them to connect with each other over the Discord if they want to.
Not mine.
Yeah.
That's because she left.
Maybe get her in the Discord, Brady. She'll come back.
Dude. Psych.
That's funny. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
and I see that Pride says I just woke up at the right time. I love that Pride wakes up at 10 p.m. If you ask me what time does Pride wakes up, I'd be like, well, Pride is a nocturnal cave-dwelling beast. So he probably hunts his prey at night.
Well, it depends because he may not have slept in
so.
3 days before he fell asleep.
Is he going to the meetup? Is Pride going to be at the meetup?
Hell no.
Not if cops are gonna be there, dude.
Yeah, no, his ankle monitor might go off.
No cops.
Yeah.
No feds.
What I was going to say about Brian Callen was that I've been listening to the Fighter and the Kid podcast for like 3 years, which is him and Brendan Schaub.
Yeah,
because they go over UFC stuff. So he has been riding Tim Kennedy's dick for probably 4 years. So when I saw him on that podcast trying to get him to say shit, like it was like he was trying to get Tim to cover his own ass. It was like a really weird situation.
Bro, Tim Kennedy and Rob O'Neill have their own new show now on Paramount Plus.
That blows my mind.
That's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
wild.
crazy.
I saw that commercial for it the other day.
Is it?
I'm gonna have to find that commercial.
I'll find it, Tyler. I'll send it to you.
Story time.
I'm gonna. What?
It sounds like they're gonna do like a story time fictional show.
Yeah, about all their fucking war stories that aren't true.
God.
Oh wait, they have it together?
Come to me, Rob. I'll kick your ass out back. Slater, you going to the meetup or what?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. It seems like Tyler doesn't want me to come, but I'm gonna try.
Right now.
No, we have a
Just joking, Tyler.
Buddy. I'll give you $20 for gas.
There's some real flu energy in here right now.
Yeah.
I'll use that. I'll buy a 6-pack of
Who
Yingling.
has the nipples though? That's the real question.
Are you guys going to be in Discord later?
Yeah.
We know you are, Brady.
Yeah, just start recycling
You
cans
fuck
now,
you,
buddy.
Tyler.
You'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an asshole.
I got to shut down the studio and then I'll be home in a little bit.
Anti-Tyler broadcast.
All right.
Oh, yo, Tyler, that chick's gonna be in that I messaged you guys about with
Which
that
one?
masters and criminal stuff with the survey going around for police. She's fucking real intelligent. I think.
She good looking?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he hit me up with she needs a letter. I'm like, I don't even know who this fucking person is.
No, yeah. Well, I mean,
It's not
I
a
didn't give you
letter.
the details. No, yeah, I didn't even say
It's in the
letter.
chat.
Yeah, it's in the Discord chat. You can look it up. She has references and everything. It's legit.
For Heather Hoover, allegedly. There you go, Heather. You're welcome. Thank you for my service.
Dude, Count Tessa is in the Discord. She just never gotten in the Discord.
Well,
I just here's the thing. Before we end it, I have still have not even tried to probe Tessa's brain about if she's uncomfortable with like.
I think probe's the wrong word, Tyler.
Probe Tessa's brain.
You're good. Keep going.
Slater laughs like the fucking
Tyler.
Joker
I need you to probe her.
Oh my God.
about whether or not,
Tyler, let me know when you're gonna probe her.
probe a brain. Is that not a thing? God, Slater,
I'm
you
sorry.
laugh
There's lots
like
of
the
kinds
fucking
of
Chucky
probes.
doll. You laugh like the Chucky doll.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's the
But
same
I
size
didn't
as one.
know. I honestly have no idea if she saw all that when everybody was fucking going crazy with the hog stuff. If like she's like, dude, I don't like if you don't feel welcome, like she's probably not going to come to. Now that being said, she might be none the wiser, and me asking about it might make it worse.
It was the daycare.
No, we
Jimmy
love her.
asked her to be in charge of the daycare, and I think that turned her off from the Discord.
Jimmy told her she was going to be in charge of the daycare, dude.
Yeah, told her, not asked her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
yeah.
I don't blame her at all.
Yeah,
Like he was like, "Yeah, bro, you'll just be the one that's in charge of all that."
And she doesn't even have any kids.
I
right?
can't
He was
believe
like,
the
"Oh, it's like
first
a- like a
time I
daycare thing,"
delegated
like-
something, it was to Jimmy, and Jimmy's just sitting there giving fucking random command orders to everybody, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?"
There were 57 moderators in the Discord. Like if you joined, you had like moderator, like you can ban anybody. Like it's just everybody was a mod.
Such a moron. I think Tessa would be a good to have in the Discord. I mean, I don't even know I don't know what a chat is or does or what it means. But like, I don't even know if Heather and Tessa does Tessa know that they have their own chat unfiltered in Discord?
I think that it was explained to her during that big first meeting that we all had about that.
I wouldn't blame her if
because-
she thought it all fell apart too after everything and just
Yeah.
literally never checked on it. Like, and that's what like the wives use, like my wife and shit. Like they go into the unfiltered phase. Like that's like
And that's what I'm
girls'
saying.
chat.
If the girls on unfiltered don't know that there's a room in that, what's it called?
The Discord?
Discord that the girls affiliated with a network go in and converse, like they might want to know that.
Well,
so
and
they
we can make a role so that it's
Well, there
say
is a
it's like
role.
well, yeah, so it's locked now, right?
Fucking Christ. Was that a fat joke?
No, roll. No, God, no.
No, dude, no. There's like the roles in Discord.
I'm
so,
the
like,
asshole. Okay.
There's
Yeah, you're a
certain
fucking
like there's
dickhead,
an
Tyler.
unfiltered and unfazed role. So like only someone with the unfiltered and unfazed role on their profile can get into that chat. So stuff with like that happened with Operation doesn't happen.
Operation doesn't happen. That's funny.
You've to or whatever the fuck his name
I think
is.
we'd have to like. I think we'd have to like narrow it down a little bit. But I mean, I know that the role does exist for.
No. And, Jesus Christ.
God, Slater.
Roll? You fat shaming someone? The shit.
No, there is an unfiltered, unfazed position.
Yeah,
role
Heather
that-
says that she broke her console, so she hasn't gamed. Maybe that's why.
Oh.
Did she sit on it or? All right, too soon. Sorry.
With a roll. Tyler, thanks again for the cool
All right,
thread.
I'm the asshole, guys.
I'll
Don't
see you
fucking
on
laugh at that.
Discord.
You go to Discord later, start fucking laughing all the jokes I said earlier. But it's right on camera. You're gonna be quiet. I get it. Fuck you, Dylan. Both you fucking Dylans. Fuck you guys.
All right, I'm gonna end the show. I'll see you guys in Discord. All right.
All right, fucking
All right.
assholes.
All right.
Bye.
Later.